If the offspring from the cross of a homozygous black and pacing gait with a homozygous chestnut and trotting gait were allowed to mate among themselves, list the probable phenotypes of the F2 offspring that would likely be produced. So this problem actually corresponds to question number 7. Black is dominant to chestnut and pacing gait is recessive to trotting gait. So if we have a homozygous black and pacing gait, that's going to give us big B, little t, little t. We cross that with homozygous chestnut and trotting, that will be little b, big T, big T. Now remember, this is the parental generation. Without doing a Punnett square, hopefully you're able to see that all of the offspring are going to be heterozygous black and trotting. So this is the F1. This problem doesn't ask us to solve for the F1 though. It asks us to produce F2 offspring. In order to do that, you have to do a test cross with 2 of the F1. This is going to be a rather large Punnett square to solve for the F2. Let's start by producing the possible sex cells of each of these parents of the F1. We could get a sex cell carrying a big B, big T, big B, little t, little b, big T, and little b, little t. Since the genotypes of both of the F1 parents is exactly the same, we could go ahead and copy potential sex cells for the second parent. This Punnett square consists of 14 boxes. I'm sorry, not 14, 16. From here, what we do is we simulate sexual reproduction, where this sex cell fertilizes that one, the alleles will reunite, and we will get a homozygous dominant genotype. If this allele combination joins with this one here, and you continue to fill this Punnett square in from there. And I'll go ahead and do that real quick. I encourage you to pause the video at this point and try and fill this Punnett square. It's a little b, sorry. Fill this Punnett square in on your own. Okay, this question doesn't ask for the genotype, but it does ask for the phenotype of the F2. And in order to do that, we have to group some together. Let's start by counting how many of the offspring could potentially be black and trotting, so dominant for both traits. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The rest of these are not going to be dominant for both traits, so phenotype ratio for dominant is 9 black trotting. Okay, now let's figure out how many are black with pacing. There's a black pacing. That's 2. And here's 3. Okay, so we have 3 black pacing. And this is going to be chestnut and trotting. So let's see how many chestnut and trotting there are. That's 1, 2, 3. And that last one is going to be chestnut and pacing. As you can see, the phenotype ratio is 9 to 3 to 3 to 1. As a matter of fact, anytime you have a cross between two parents that are heterozygous for two different traits, you will always get a 9 to 3 to 3 to 1 ratio if it follows Mendel's principles.